And I don't need a plastic cup, thank you. Because that's what I'm about to talk about, but thank you so much. I noticed someone was being aware of my needs and was about to care for them, so thank you very, very much for looking to care for my needs. I feel that gift of generosity and your attention, so thank you. I love bringing it to the practical because I feel that part of our gift as human beings is to manifest heaven on earth. That our joyous gift is to look at what does heaven mean to us and then how can we manifest it into reality. That a tree is beautiful and does its great work because it not only reaches towards the infinite of the heavens, but it roots down into the soil, into the here, into the now, into the practical. So the visioning stuff, the heaven stuff, that's fun. That's like, woohoo! But then they're like, okay, now it's time to sink the roots down. You know, like even when we're doing the yoga pose, at least for me, with all of my tightness in my hips, they're like, anything that's about stretching up here, I'm like, yay! Anything that's about stretching out here is like, whoa. So like, grounding it into reality can sometimes be a challenge because the societies and the world that we're living into right now has been one that doesn't want us to be mindful of what we're doing in the world. It's actually a system that feeds off of our disconnect. And it first feeds off of us being disconnected from ourselves. We can look at all the magazine covers and see tons of proof for that. So can you imagine a magazine that said 101 ways to be perfectly thrilled with who you are, where you are, with what you have? If that was the magazine covers, pretty soon there would be no more magazines because we wouldn't need them anymore. Because we'd be so perfectly thrilled and happy with who we are, with where we are, with what we have, that we wouldn't need anything else anymore. So we're disconnected from ourselves first and foremost because that then gets us disconnected from everything else. Because then it makes us think there is another instead of feeling it as ourself. And this joyous opportunity of manifesting heaven on earth is to look at how every choice we make changes the world, either in a conscious way or an unconscious way. But 100% of the time, it's changing the world. And so I know that if we have a vision of the world we want to live in, it is only alive if we are living it. If we are not living it, it is not alive. We like to have this vision of the world, but it is an invitation for us to be called into integrity for that vision, to actually live our lives as a model for the world we want to live in. And integrity, especially when I start getting to the practical, we're accidentally tuned to start thinking judgment. Either I'm judging you or you're going to start judging yourself, so don't go there. Integrity is not about judgment. Integrity is not about what I call granolier than thou. Just because it makes me laugh, and anytime I laugh, I'm like present to my humanity and it works for me. Integrity is not about that moralistic conversation. Integrity shares the same root word as integral. It means, how are things connected? So if we believe in oneness, if we have a vision we want to see in the world, then integrity is an invitation for us to be connected to that vision. We could build this really strong, pretty room, and unless we had an integrous foundation underneath this, it would all collapse down. So we can have a big, beautiful vision for the world, but we need to be embodying integrity so that we build this solid foundation for our vision to grow from. Just like in the yoga practice, right? How often do we hear, check your posture, check your alignment, check your foundation, like over and over and over. As we're doing these poses, it's all about where's the integrity in the pose. It's not about how far you can stretch. It's about the integrity of the pose and union with the breath and with the body. If that's there, then the stretch is possible to go further. And it's possible to make a really positive difference in our bodies, in our minds, in our spirits, in our world. So the same is true for our daily choices, for the everyday actions that we take. Here we go. The proof of how disconnected we've become, a really great example is, we say we're going to throw something away. Where's away? Where's away? We've actually been tricked into believing there's something called away. Whoa. All right? We got some work to do because we make choices that pretend like there's such a thing as a way. And yet the reality is every choice has a thread that's connected before it and after it. If we had to be present to who makes everything that we buy and or throw away, what are their lives like? Where are the resources coming from that make this thing that I'm buying? What's happening to the earth there? And then after I throw it away or even recycle it, what is that thread? Who is being impacted? Where is being impacted from this choice every moment of every day? If we had to walk the impact of every choice that we made every day, I think our actions would begin to shift. Because love would call us to make a different choice. And this, again, is where it's not out of judgment. It's about asking ourselves, what would love choose in this moment? I do not feel that love would choose for us to throw away our earth and to throw away people. In America, we consume approximately 14 generations worth of the Earth's resources in one single generation. 14 generations worth in one generation. We are literally stealing from future generations, and then unfortunately, a lot of that we're throwing away. So if we have this vision for a beautiful world, and it's a big, beautiful vision, we might want to look at how we're throwing away that vision every single day. I don't use plastic cups, paper cups, plastic to-go containers, plastic bags, paper towels, paper napkins, paper bags, plastic utensils, any of those things. I use my little water bottle. I'm just showing you so you have ideas for yourself, not so you go, oh good, look at Julia. Here's my container that goes with me everywhere I go. Here's my napkin that goes with me everywhere I go. Here's my utensil set made by a women's cooperative and a women's business that gives the money back to women. Carry with me everywhere I go. Here's my bag, various bags, backpacks that I take with me everywhere I go. Is it simple? No. Is it always easy? No. Especially when we're interacting with the programming of our reality in our world. You know, like sometimes I'm on the road a lot and I'll go to get some tea and I'll be like, can you put this tea in my mug? And then I have to explain to them before they make anything, and can you not make it in a paper cup first and then put it in my mug? Because the amount of times that happens, I'm like, oh! So I have to like be thinking 5 steps ahead, and then sometimes you still tell them and then they kind of freak out. They're like, well, how do I know how much to put in there? You know? You can see like the smoke curling out of the ears, right? It's like, warning, programming altered, programming altered, programming altered. I'm like, just guess, charge me for a grande, it'll be okay. Laughter is such good medicine. Woo! Because there are times where it's like,